Boom, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? First and foremost, thank you for your purchase of the Lightroom Studio package version 1.0. This has been a project in the making for a couple years now, and I wanted to be able to make something to help other people produce better work faster, and sort of overcome a lot of the common walls that photographers and content creators in general face. I'm really glad that you guys made the decision, and here now I guess I'm going to show you how it works and why you spending your money on this was a good idea. But first and foremost, my name is Braden Ensinger. I am an automotive photographer currently located in upstate New York. I am currently going to RIT for photo, and I've been shooting for about 7+ years now, all sorts of things, mainly automotive, but also a lot of sports photography, a lot of event photography, pretty much anything that pays the bills, if you know what I mean. This product is not going to be for you if you are someone who thinks this is going to do all the work for you, if you think that you're not going to have to make any creative decisions at all, that this is going to somehow work like a preset and you're going to click one button and magically your photos are going to be done. I can't guarantee that because that's not exactly what this product is. However, I can guarantee you that number one, you're definitely going to save a lot of time. Number two, you're going to build consistency throughout all of your work to the point where you're going to get people making comments like, I like your style, or the reason I'm booking you is because your style is so unique. Trust me, this is going to help with that. And also, number three, it's just a more professional way to work, right? Having a workflow that you are able to just output work faster means not only are you making more money, but also you're able to just put together so much more work so much faster and just build a much better portfolio than your competition, because you're going to have higher quality work, which is consistent throughout all of it, which is very hard if you've tried to produce a body of work that was all consistent, and you're going to be able to do it way faster than the competition. Without further ado, let's jump right in. I'm going to show you how to go from downloading your product to implementing it and getting started in 5-10 minutes with using it. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the demo now. I'm gonna show you guys the steps to take from going from your download that you've purchased to actually installing the plugin and getting it to work on Lightroom. And hopefully this shouldn't take too long. So first things first, right, you're gonna be on the product page. You've already probably downloaded the product, so it's gonna show up somewhere in your downloads up top. For me, I have already gone ahead and done that. I have it saved on my computer, so I'm going to open it in my files, my Finder. You're gonna have something like this, right? It's a zipped file, and so you're gonna want to double click it to open the zip file, and this should open a folder called Ensinger_LRSP_V1 version 1. There's going to be 3 folders in here. Right now there's 2. Yours will have 3. We have practice files, studio package, and there should be something that says like start here. That's where this video is. So if you found me, good job. So this folder has our actual plugin called Studio Package, and we have the practice files folder, which has the 3 free images that you can use to mess around with or just keep for funsies. Really up to you. So first things first, we want to go ahead and actually install this in our Lightroom, and that's going to take a few steps. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and open our Lightroom catalog, and I've just opened some random images that I took over June at a car meet. So first things first, you want to navigate to your Develop tab if you're not there already, and on our left we have a few options, but mainly we're looking at presets. Now let me reiterate again. These are not presets. However, it uses the presets built-in function sort of system in Lightroom as a plugin to actually, have this setup work. Yours will not have this. Mine already has this in here. But what you guys want to do is go over to the plus sign next to presets and import presets. And this is going to pull up another sort of Finder window, and you want to go ahead and locate your downloads. So just make sure you keep track of where those are. I have mine here in the Studio Package folder, and as you can see, we have all of these XMP files, and we want to go ahead and hit Control or Command A on all of these and hit Import. Now for me, it's already imported, so it's not going to work. But for you, what should happen is it'll go through the process of importing. Now, don't get too ahead of yourselves, because what you might notice is that they might not show up, or Lightroom might ask you to restart the catalog. So what you might have to do is go ahead and, quit your catalog and reopen it for it to appear, and hopefully your plugins should appear now back in the Develop tab underneath the little preset toggle. You should see your presets now, called Ensinger Lightroom Studio Package, and there you go. Congratulations, you're doing well. I'm just going to show you a sort of breakdown real quick of each of the options you have on your left, sort of give you a baseline understanding of this tool, and then talk a little bit about how you can optimize it for your own workflows. So I have this demo image here, pretty okay image, not great lighting. As you can see, I've shot it at ISO 3200, so pretty much as worst as you can get. And so I was able to take this image, and through using this tool that I built, as well as some Photoshop skills, I was able to produce this. And as you can see, they're the exact same image, just one is before and one is after, and you can let me know if you think that's cool or not, and otherwise I don't know why you would have bought this. Let's show you how we got there. In our Develop tab, we have all of our options on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and start at the very bottom with the adjustment that says starting point. I highly recommend that you click this before starting every single image. If it has a little plus sign next to it like mine, that means it is auto applied on import. And so what this is doing is it's coming down here to this tab called Lens Correction. It's automatically using Lightroom's built-in features for detecting your camera make and model, and sort of correcting for any distortion in your lenses and things like that. It also helps remove any chromatic aberration that might be in your image as well. Let's actually start editing now. So over here we have 10 adjustments. These are going to affect only the basic adjustments panel. All this is doing, if you can look on the right over here as I am toggling through these, as you can see, it's just making various adjustments to the image, and this is only affecting the basic adjustment panel. Now hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. Each of these sort of sections within the plugin are affecting only specific parts of the editing software. So instead of a preset which makes giant adjustments to everything, this is giving you the option to sort of pick and select each part of what you're adjusting and sort of mash them all together to get a final image. And you're doing this super quickly without messing with the sliders, which does the same thing except takes 3 times as long, and more energy is required to creatively think about that. I'm going to go ahead and go with adjustment 1. Next we have this custom car photograph adjustment. All this is doing is adding a bit of pop, as you can see, to the image. It's helping bring out the body lines in the cars, and it's just something I always add to any of my automotive photos because I think it really helps the car make the car pop. Following that, we have some color grade adjustments. Right, this is exactly what it sounds like. You're adjusting your the tint, the color of your shadows, highlights, and midtones. I don't usually use this too much, but if you're like a filmy, like a sort of more creative photographer, you want a more aesthetic that you're going for, you can combine this with the custom film adjustment, which I'll show in a minute, and that really produces a beautiful film emulation that sometimes I like to do if I'm struggling to decide what I want to do editing style for my photos. So yeah, you have 10 options here, same thing as our basic adjustments. You have 10 options here. Following that, we have 3 options called color pop, and this is just going to affect the saturation and hue of your images. I'm not going to do any of those because I tend not to be a too saturated guy, but if your photos are lacking any saturation or vibrance, you can go ahead and pop a little bit of that in there, get some color back. Next we have color adjustments. Now this is different from your color grade in that this is affecting only the HSL tab, and so this is a more refined way of adjusting the aesthetic, the creative style of your images. This is affecting the hue, saturation, and luminance of each specific color. Next we have curves, and so curves allows you to make some better adjustments to the tone. It's kind of like the basic adjustment at the top, except it does a lot better of a job. Any of you video people will know curves is usually more helpful than sort of basic adjustment, tone adjustments. Getting into curves, right, we have a couple here. This is our custom film preset. So this is actually a curve adjustment, and you can go ahead and copy this from me if you want. I don't really care. This is going to be our custom film adjustment here, and we also have some other curve options here. I'm going to go ahead and select the curves too. And the last thing we have is pop, and this is simple contrast. Again, if your image is a little bit flat and you need to make it punch a little more, if you're shooting outside and it was a really hazy day and you just need your image to have a little more definition, you can go ahead and use these pop adjustments. That is the basic layout of this tool. The really awesome thing, and I hope I can convey this properly. The really awesome thing about this tool is that you can set it up for your own workflow. And honestly, that's kind of what I want you guys to do. I don't want you to use the exact settings and sort of adjustments that I use on my photos to just produce the same photos, right? Everybody has their own way that they produce photos, and that's what people will hire you for. That's why people want to shoot with you and not, John down the road, right? They like the way you edit your photos. They like the way you envision the scene. Long story short, you can set up this system to work for your workflow exactly how you need it, right? Let me show you. So we're going to jump in here real quick, right? Let's say I don't like Ensinger Adjustment 3, right? And I want to set it up to be my own thing. What I can go ahead and do is make some adjustments here, and let's say I like this, right? Boom. I like that. That's my style, The other one, just I wasn't feeling it. What I can go ahead and do is come over to the actual tool, the preset, if you will, over here. Right click and go update with current settings. And what this is going to do is it's going to pull up a window, a tab, and we can go ahead and select basic in this case because that's what it's adjusting, right? If I was doing this to curves, I would only want to select curves, so that way it was only copying the curve settings. But in this case, we have basics, and I would want to hit update. And what that's going to do is that's going to save these adjustments over here to adjustment number 3. And now whenever you're going to edit your photos and you want that style, you can go ahead and just hit adjustment 3 and it will do it for you. And you can do this for any of the tools in here, which is the awesome thing, right? I don't necessarily want you guys to be producing the same images as me. If you do, cool, hey, that's awesome, glad it worked. The thing that's really unique about this tool is that unlike a preset, you actually are able to just conform this around the way you edit, right? If you only do film, you can just delete any of these other adjustments and then just refine the film ones and, make like 30, color grade adjustments that are a lot better than these that I've made, right? It's up to you, and it's really only you who limits how you use this tool, which is kind of why I like the way I built it the way I did, because it's pretty amazing how it transformed my work. And so my goal with this is to help you take that next giant step, whether, maybe it's not making better work, but maybe it's just exporting production way faster, right? You're able to accomplish editing in half your time, and that gives you back time to spend with your friends, time to do more shoots, if you're ambitious like that. It's really up to you how you want to use this system, but hopefully I was able to sort of demonstrate how it really is built for you, and it really is designed to help you guys take that next step. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys free. I'm going to let go of your hands. You're learning how to ride your bike. I'm going to let go and go ahead and mess around with the tool a little bit. You guys can always reach out to me with any feedback. If you have any problems running the system, let me know. Always on Instagram, you can DM me. You can send me an email here, BradenEnsingerPhoto@gmail.com, and I will respond to you as fast as possible. Otherwise, get to work, start using the tool.